Speaking of the Steelers, who once employed Antonio Brown at the beginning of this year, they had him. Up until the middle of March, they had him, and then he was traded to the Raiders, and then he ended up with the Patriots, and now he's awaiting the outcome of the NFL's investigation regarding his potential personal conduct policy violation. There was development in one of his umpteen pending pieces of litigation that I think is very important to what's coming for him as it relates to the NFL. There was a report yesterday that a lawsuit filed against him by a former Miami landlord for damages done to the apartment, and this is related to the throwing the furniture off the balcony incident. Inside the apartment, damage was done. They've sued him for that. He showed up for deposition testimony last month, which is a pretrial process where you get an opportunity to question under oath the parties to a lawsuit, to find out what they know, to test out some theories, to see how they are as witnesses, and you just basically have a booklet that comes out of it that you can use when it's time to go to trial. You already have testimony, you already have answers to the questions, and they better stick with those answers later. That's the purpose of the deposition. Well, Antonio Brown, according to the landlord, was belligerent, was hostile, was not cooperative, and they want him to be sanctioned by the court, and they want him to have to give another deposition. Now, that'll all play out in court, and the deposition is what it is. The transcript says what it says. The video doesn't lie. And I'm not surprised to learn that Antonio Brown was potentially hostile and belligerent when he was forced to answer a bunch of tough questions. How this is relevant to Antonio Brown and the NFL investigation is very simple. At some point, he's going to be asked tough questions by the NFL. At some point, they're going to sit him down, and he's going to have that smile, but behind that smile is going to be that fire that we know is there, and at some point, somebody's going to say something to him that he doesn't like, and he's going to be uncooperative. And the problem is, if you're a bad witness, even if you're telling the truth, if you are a bad communicator of that truth, if you come across as a bad person, if you come across as an angry person, they're going to be less likely to believe you. And there are plenty of great liars under oath, and there are plenty of horrible truth tellers. And Antonio Brown may be completely blameless, but if he's a bad witness when it's time for the NFL to interview him, it increases the chances that they're going to believe his accuser. And if they ultimately conclude that Antonio Brown committed rape, even though he was never arrested and charged criminally, if they believe he did it, I think he's banned for life. I don't think you can say as the NFL, we think Antonio Brown committed rape, but, you know, we're just going to suspend him 6 games. So the stakes are going to be very high for Antonio Brown when it's time for him to be questioned by the NFL. Based on how he allegedly performed in this lawsuit involving his apartment, it's not going to go well for Antonio Brown when it's time to talk to the league.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.